Hi and welcome to Business with Joe. I'm Joe and thanks for coming to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be telling you my top 20 tips for starting your own business. I've broken it into 4 parts and you'll find the links to the other videos below in the description. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also hit the alert bell. Each week I'll be posting new videos, so don't miss out on the opportunities I'll be posting in the coming weeks. Before we start, let me tell you about the website or companies I'm suggesting in this video are from personal experience of actually using them or someone I know has recommended them to me. I will tell you if it's an affiliate link in the description below to any of the sites, but again, I'm only recommending these links because of personal use or a recommendation. So let's get going. Running your own business can be great fun, but I can guarantee it will be hard work. I've run my own business for over 20 years, so I hope I've learned a few things along the way that will help you. When starting and running your own business, we will all make mistakes, but hopefully if you follow some of these tips, you'll make a few less than I did. You might be wanting to start a business at home on your own, or with a partner and maybe some staff. There really is no difference apart from the size of the operation. Unless you have someone as a business partner who has already run a business, I would always start small. Give people what they want. It seems an obvious one this, but you'd be surprised at the number of businesses that setting up thinking they know exactly what their customer wants. Don't make the mistake of being blinkered about what you want to produce and sell. You have to be very aware of what your potential and existing clients want, not just what you think they want. Before you even begin your business, speak to potential customers and don't forget to continue talking to them once you are up and running. Take them out to lunch, pick their brains. Ask them what they want and, more importantly, what will make their life easier. Also ask them what they hate about their existing services and what they'd pay extra for. Keep a realistic perspective of what's selling as your business develops. Is there a sideline product, a service that's very popular and takes less effort than the main offering? If so, focus more on it. Be honest with yourself what works, what doesn't, and why you're in business. If a product or service isn't paying its way, then you need to be brutally honest about the success and failure of it pretty quickly. Don't be precious that if a product you started with stops selling, get rid of it and move on. Keep your finances in order. We all know admin is a drag. Everybody hates it. But it has to be done, and keeping on top of your finances is vitally important. It's important that you know exactly what bills are coming around the corner. Do you pay rent quarterly? When is your tax due? What other services are due? Gas, electric, water, and when? Always make sure you put money aside for upcoming bills. We all hate paying hard-earned money out, but we know we have to do it. Speak to an accountant. You don't necessarily need one right from the beginning. Plenty of people do their own accounts on paper or on Excel. However, a good one will chat to you and help if they think they might get your business later on, or it might be worth paying an hour of their time. Ask them how much you should put aside for tax and other similar issues. Always keep a good record of your incoming and outgoing monies, your receipts and other related information. Again, if you speak to an accountant, they will give you guidance on what files to keep, how to organise them, and what to do to keep your bills down. A good accountancy software is worth investing in. I use QuickBooks because it's easy to use, sorts out your invoices, cash flow management, and even gives you reminders of unpaid invoices. It's an online service and has an annual or monthly subscription charge. Any sites and services I recommend, I have put links below in the description. Outsource where possible. There's a saying, work on the business, not in the business. Basically, this means your time is better spent working on getting more business and building up your client base, rather than actually doing the work. Sorry to have to break this to you, but unless you're a brain surgeon, there will be someone that can do your job and maybe even do it better than you can. So wouldn't it be better if you were out there getting more work and building your business? I know this sounds counter to what I've been saying about saving money, but it's cheaper and more efficient to outsource elements to a virtual assistant than to have someone full-time on your books. Work out their hourly rate versus your hourly rate. There are business services that will answer your phone as if they are your secretary. Great if you need to be away from the office, like a tradesperson, or you have to be in meetings. You don't want to miss that potential new client calling, so a virtual assistant is great. It's not as expensive as you might think, especially if you find one that specialises in helping small businesses, as they normally have a number of clients, so they are spreading their wage across maybe a dozen businesses, so you only have to pay a fraction of that cost. Use targeted marketing. I know earlier on I said don't buy advertising, but this is very different. Targeted advertising is so much more precise nowadays, and I wouldn't be surprised in the future if you could target people maybe only with blue eyes or brown hair. Just to digress a little, a few years ago I was at an advertising and digital roadshow and come across a small stand that had face recognition software. I know nothing new here, but back then I got chatting to the guy on the stand who waxed lyrical about how in the not too distant future, in every shop window, there would be his software picking out people as they walk by and flashing up an advert for that person. Okay, so I don't think we are quite there yet, but with targeted marketing you can drill down and almost get to your ideal customer. Before you begin, however, you need to work out a detailed profile of your target customer. Where they live, what they read, watch or listen to, if they have children, if they drive a car or own a house, whether they're professionals in a particular business sector or what part of the country they live in. You almost have to give them a name and become in tune with this person or persons that you could be able to spot them at a business function or event. Targeted marketing nowadays is much easier than a few years ago. In the past, you could work out which magazine or newspaper your target audience might read and place an advert in relevant publications. Nowadays, it's so much easier. For a lot less money and for a really precise target, you could get right in front of the people you want to. Of course, I'm talking about Facebook advertising. If you've never used it or even looked at it, then I would advise you to do so. If you sell products to people between 30 and 50, you can pin these down on Facebook. If you only want to target those that have children, that's easy on Facebook as well. And the same goes with any target market you think of, be that location, ethnicity, age, and a whole lot more. You can also set a daily budget that will help you with how much you want to spend. Nowadays, unless you are a tradesperson, I would not advertise in local papers. So, however, the second option I would suggest is to do interesting and relevant letters or email, then send them to either your existing list or buy a list from a reputable list provider. This only works if you are targeting businesses. If it's a cold call or letter, offering them something genuinely upfront, put a time limit on the special offer so that they have to take action. It's a great way of getting new, interested clients. Remember one of my previous tips. Get what you can for free. While you're not the only one looking for free or cheap stuff, so is everybody else. Get into a niche. The men who have succeeded are the men who have chosen one line and stuck to it. That's by Andrew Carnegie. Just like Facebook and targeted advertising, you also need to drill down your niche, especially if you are dealing mostly with consumers and not businesses. You probably don't have something that is relevant to everyone. Very few businesses do. So you need to dig down to your ideal buyer. Don't try and enter a competitive market that requires a great deal of capital or experience. Stick to something that you know a lot about already, or something that really interests you so that you'll want to find out more and pass this knowledge on. If you carve out a niche and personalise it, this will differentiate you from everyone else in the market. Combine this difference with your market knowledge and the fact that you are in a relatively small market, and your chances of success will be increased. This niche can be almost anything, and even businesses that you think is oversaturated could still be a contender as long as you make yourself stand out. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to look out for the next one in this series. Please remember to subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Good luck with earning money, guys, and remember, you can have results or excuses, but you can't have both.